So everyone keeps on saying 6-7, 6-7.
I'll see you out there. It should be another 6-7 minutes.
6-7.
Like it's nothing, like it's some kind of joke. But trends don't just come from Norway. So let me show you exactly where this actually started. There's a song called Doot Doot 6-7 by a rapper named Skrilla. And if you actually listen to the lyrics of this very song, it's not about fun or vibes. It's about shootings, killings, and death. Now, people online started attaching this song to short form videos, you know, like your YouTube shorts, your TikToks, where they had fast cuts, loud sounds, and high stimulation. And this is exactly the kind of content that hooks children or people with short attention spans. Kids these days are walking around saying 6-7 with no idea of what they're actually repeating. And this isn't new. Back in the 1950s, Harry Belafonte released a song called Day-O. The Banana Boat song. 6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot bunch. This song had such a sweet melodic sound to it that most people played it without even knowing what it was actually about. It was about the exploitation of Jamaican dock workers who were counting and loading and offloading bananas. Now, if you know anything about bananas, you don't count them as in 1, 2, 3, 4. They were counted in foot or in feet, you know, 8 feet long, 6 feet long, 7 feet long, and so forth. Anyways, the song was about these workers who would be there drinking rum all night, just wanting to go home, not wanting to be exploited by the colonizer. And so this song was birthed. And now, decades later, Lil Wayne, the rapper, reintroduced the same 6 foot, 7 foot song.
Excuse my charisma, vodka with a spritzer, swagger down pat, call my shit.
Same rhythm, same phrase, but this time it reflected the grind, the pressure and exploitation of the modern music industry. It's quite an awful place. You see a lot of artists that have taken their own lives, a lot have been exploited, some even try to speak out against it. Prince, the singer who had changed his name from Prince to Symbol, and he wrote on his cheek Slave. Kanye West has spoken about this, and many other artists have gotten unalived because they try to get royalties for their songs or they try to get the money, but they never saw a single cent. Lest I digress. So when you see numbers repeat in pop culture, don't just assume it's random, but also don't fall for any mysticism without thinking. Some of these artists openly practice spiritual practices and systems that people don't really understand.
If you do something wrong, you gotta pay for that. Anything you do in life, you gotta pay for that, you know what I mean? So with EFI, it's like my ancestors guided me through life. It might not have been wrong. I might have been defending myself, but I still gotta go pay for that. I really can't talk about how you pay for it, but you just gotta.
Like Santeria, which is one of them. Santeria is a real Afro-Caribbean religion with rituals and symbolism in it. Now, why am I talking about Santeria? Because the rapper Skrilla, who came up with this song, Doot Doot 6-7, actually practices Santeria and is a self-proclaimed Santero. Now, anyone who knows anything about this is actually African religion, mainly from West Africa, from the Yoruba tribe in Nigeria. So this practice was taken overseas during the slave trade, was taken to the Caribbeans. I'm talking about places like Cuba and so forth. So in order for them to actually perform these rituals and practice their own religion, these slaves actually infused it or synchronized it with Catholicism, something that was accepted by the colonizers. So this is how Santeria came about. So in Santeria, they have their own deities and gods and goddesses that they worship. That could also be translated into saint worship in Catholicism, like your Saint Peter, Saint Paul, and so forth. So Skrilla is a self-proclaimed Santero, someone who has actually been initiated in this practice. And he himself said he has sacrificed different types of little animals to different deities for specific reasons. Over here you can see he's got a song called Another Sacrifice. You can listen to the lyrics. He does speak about this as well as in his other interviews. Now, also, in some parts of the world, the code 1067 is something that is actually used by police to refer to a homicide that has taken place. So what am I saying? 67 in this particular song, what he's alluding to is death. Someone has been killed, there's been a death. So for little kids to walk around saying 67 all the time, not knowing where it came from, is something that doesn't sit well with me. And also Skrilla is a bit of a suspicious character because doot doot itself, he himself said that he got this sound from the kid song, Baby Shark doot 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 doot, Baby Shark doot doot. So as you can see, this 67 thing was actually aimed towards the kids. If you log on to his TikTok or his Instagram, you do see him with kid fans actually doing the whole 67 trend. Whereas he knows very well that the 67 he's talking about is death. And just on a side note, this 67 thing became so popular that a few weeks ago, before the Jake Paul-Anthony Joshua fight, Jake Paul was asked in which round he thinks the fight would end, and he said,
What is your prediction, Jake?
Probably the 6th or 7th round knockout.
And that's it.
and with the whole 6-7 thing meaning death, and then we get the whole Anthony Joshua and his two friends involved in a car accident and two of them dying. I just found it a bit odd, to be honest with you. Also, the fact that Jake Paul came out with the rapper Tekashi 6ix9ine, Tekashi who was born in 96, Jake Paul was born in 97. You know, you get the whole 6-7 thing again. As well as the fact that Jake Paul came out wearing a Hulk Hogan costume, so to speak. And now this was just me, but I was connecting the dots between Hulk Hogan and boxing. Now, if you remember the boxing movie by Sylvester Stallone, Rocky 3. In Rocky 3, Hulk Hogan, his character was called Thunderlips, was meant to fight Rocky in an exhibition fight, more like this Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua one. But then it kind of went off script and it became serious, whereas the Hulk Hogan character started actually hitting the Rocky character in the movie, and the fight became a serious one, more like the Anthony Joshua and Jake Paul fight. And in that particular movie, Rocky 3, Rocky ends up losing his trainer, his longtime friend and trainer. Just like the way Anthony Joshua lost his longtime friend as well as personal trainer. I don't know, I just found a lot of these things odd. And for those of you who are well versed with conspiracy theories, I've seen a lot of videos out there. Yeah, it does turn out that this was Anthony Joshua's 33rd fight, and the highest degree in Freemasonry is 33. So could this be a way of him kind of moving up in the world? But at this point we can't really speculate. But the whole thing does seem a bit suspicious. But RIP to the two guys who lost their lives, and yeah.